What up? What up? What up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Garden City Media. Today, we're going to be talking about the Mets and their continuing to go to shopping in the Bronx. We're out there. We're robbing the Bronx. We're raiding the Bronx. And we don't care. Today, the Mets went out and signed Luke Weaver. You got a 2-year, $22 million deal, which to me, I mean, a little bit of an overpay, right? But when you look at this guy's numbers and you look at his numbers from 2024 to early 2025, this guy is in the top 5th percentile for relief pitching. He's been in the so until he got hurt, this dude was in the top 5th percentile in MLB in chase rate, in strikeouts, I think whiff percentage. This guy's up there. So this was a really good signing to me. And I'm happy to see the Mets actually going out now. And now we're actually going out and making moves. You know, it's no more sitting on the sidelines, no more waiting for this and that. The Band-Aid's been ripped off. Pete's gone. Diaz is gone. Nemo's gone. Good. I'm happy. Now it's time to take the next step forwards and find out what else we got to bring in here. It seems to me like the next guy to go down is Cody Bellinger. Okay? Everything points that to me. And David Stearns likes these ex-Yankees. And I don't blame him. And I get it. Look, before I get into the whole Bellinger thing, let's just talk about, where we're at right now. So we had Diaz leave. We've replaced him with Devin Williams, which is good, right? We gave Devin Williams, $15 million a year? And then we needed a setup man, so we went out and got Luke Weaver. That was smart. For $11 million, and before this guy got hurt, this guy was one of the best relief pitchers in baseball. He tore his hamstring or I don't know, strained it or whatever. But before that moment, he's literally in the top 5th percentile for relievers in baseball. So to me, it was good. It was a good signing. And again, I get it. There's some concern about his velocity. I think his velocity dipped last year. I want to check it exactly. I want to say, here it is. It dipped from 95.7 to 95.1. They're also saying that he's tipping his pitches as well. But I think the Mets can fix that. I think that's something that's going to be fixable. And I don't think we would have bought him in if he wasn't fixable. So I actually like the signing. I'm with it. But to me, I just think the Mets don't have the luxury anymore of playing scared. We have to stop playing scared. I understand that Pete Alonso is gone. I get it. I get that Brandon Nimmo's gone. I get that Diaz is gone. I get it. But this isn't going to be like fixed overnight. This is going to take time to fix. All right? But the Mets need to stop playing scared. They need to stop tiptoeing around shit. They need to be aggressive. Okay? This is New York. This is the Mets. Okay? You don't want to go out there and play cute, and you don't want to be extra smart, this and that. You win here by being aggressive. Being aggressive on the free agent market. And they did that today. Make no mistake, by signing Luke Weaver, that was, to me, an aggressive move. Especially because you took him from the Bronx. So, look, if you see a player you like, Cody Bellinger, Miguel Andujar, Michael King, go out and get him. Sign him. Bring him in here. Don't play scared. We have the money. We have the fan base. This fan base is starving to fucking win. My message is, don't be scared. Be aggressive. And when I say be aggressive, I don't mean be reckless. I'm not sitting here saying, go out and give Kyle Tucker $400 million. Give Alex Bregman a 6-year contract. No, I'm not saying that. But when you have a guy like Cody Bellinger, who fits literally everything you're trying to do, run prevention, the guy could play anywhere in the field, the guy can hit. Go out and get him. Be aggressive with him. Yes, the Yankees want him. And yes, the Yankees are the favorites to get him. But we have money. We have one of the richest owners in baseball. So go out and get Cody Bellinger. Be aggressive. We're the Mets. We're not the Wilpon Mets. We are the new Mets. And yes, we haven't been the most successful team. We've been borderline garbage for half of the Steve Cohen era. But that's okay. It's okay. But my message is simple. If you see a player you like, get him. You see an upgrade, make the move. No hesitation. If there's a chance to separate yourself from the Braves, from the Phillies, from the Cubs, do it. Make the move. Go out and just fucking sign them. There's guys out there on the market that fit exactly what the New York Mets are trying to do. I'm tired of hearing this. Let's wait it out. Let's let's wait out this. You can't do that, especially with really good players. Guys like Michael King. He's going to cost you probably 3 years. Don't wait that out. Go out and offer him $25 to $27 million a year with an opt-out after year one. Go out and get him. Be aggressive with guys like that. Now, when it comes to Kyle Tucker or Cody Bellinger, I get it. You got to be a little bit more patient because those guys are going to require 6 years, 7 years maybe. Even Framber Valdez, same thing. You got to be smart there. But when it comes to Michael King, when it comes to a right-handed bat off the bench, go out and get him. Don't be scared. Don't play scared. Play smart. Be aggressive. Step on the gas. Michael King is out there for the taking. And I am so ecstatic to hear the news that we are actually back in on him. Because he's a guy that fits exactly what we're trying to do. We're not trying to give him 6-7 years. Okay? He's got great stuff. We could sign him for money. We're not giving a bunch of kids to get him. He fits what we're trying to do. And this is my message to everybody out there that's listening. Do you think the Braves are out there just waiting? Do you think the Dodgers are waiting? You think the Phillies are waiting? They're not. If they see a guy they like, they're going to get him. So that's my message. Go out and you see a guy you like, Michael King, Cody Bellinger, who else? Even Framber. Go out and get him. Sign him. Who cares? We have the money. Okay? We don't need to be perfect. I get that. We're redoing the entire team. But we need players that change games, that change outcomes. Okay? Players that scare opposing pitchers. And this is where I get to Cody Bellinger. Yes, Cody Bellinger's a lefty. Yes, Cody Bellinger hit very well in Yankee Stadium with the short porch and all. I get it. But we're not talking about a guy that's a bum. We're not talking about a guy that's 35. We're talking about a dude, and Cody Bellinger, that can play anywhere. Center field, first base, left field, right field, wherever. He's the perfect fit. So don't let the Braves leap you. Don't let the Phillies leap you. Right now, they're better than us. But we are a few moves away from competing with them. What was my guy John says? Didn't Stern say after the season that he learned he had to be aggressive? Remains to be seen if he actually did learn that. And John, that's what I'm saying. Be smart, but be aggressive. Because when you jump on a player that you want and that other teams want, you make your team better. You elevate your team. And that's what I want to see. We need impact players, okay? We need well-rounded players. Guys like Michael King, front-end starters. Even Framber, even Ime, the Japanese kid. He's 27. What? Like, I don't see why we need to wait on him. Let's hop on this dude. Everybody says about Ime, oh, well, he's got a small frame. I'd be careful with him. The dude's 27, and all these Japanese guys that come over here, for the most part, they have success. Yes, there's been guys that have been bad. Yes, I get that. But there are players out there that we could get that make us better right now. Even Murakami. He's a fucking stud when it comes to power. This dude won the Triple Crown in Japan. He hit like 57 homers or something like that 3 or 4 years ago. This guy's power will translate. And you have to sign this dude by the 23rd. So why not go out and get Murakami? Get Cody Bellinger. Be aggressive. What do you got to lose? Now, I understand it with Murakami. Maybe there's fielding issues, this and that. But from everything I read and everything I watch on Murakami, he looks like he's a pretty fucking good first baseman. We need impact ball players. We need guys that wreck games. Pete Alonso's gone. Brandon Nimmo's gone.
Just add another good.
Now's the time to make up for that. Okay? We need players that make October uncomfortable, right? If we get to October, we want players there that are going to act like they've been there. We don't want guys that fold, right? That was what our core kind of did this year. We folded down the stretch. Now, yes, I get it was mostly pitching. But we're going to redo this team. We're going to renew this team. So let's go out and be aggressive. And if that means stealing talent from the Yankees, fucking do it. If that means pushing your chips in early, do it. If that means making other teams uncomfortable by you making big moves, do it. You don't have to play scared. We have money. We have a GM that supposedly is one of the smartest in all of MLB. Do I trust him 100%? I don't. But now it's his turn. Now it's his turn to reset this entire thing. No more time to be passive, okay? When you're passive, it'll give you hope in April, right? Oh, everything, we start out great, have a good year. Hope and bank on the kids and this, that, and the other. Fuck that. Fuck that. I want team building from April until October. And when you're aggressive, you have a chance to put something together. And a chance to literally take other players and put them on your team and make your team better. To rebuild this Mets team that was been a disaster. Let's be honest. this team was a disaster down the stretch. So it's time now for us to reconfigure, to roll the dice. The offseason has started. We got our bullpen in order. We got our Devin Williams. We got our closer. We got a setup man today in Luke Weaver. And we have some pretty good guys in that bullpen. We got Minter coming back. We got Brooks Raley coming back. That's a pretty good 7, 8, 9. Pretty good to me. And there's no doubt in my mind that Luke Weaver, we will get him right. He will not be pitching his he will not be tipping his pitches in Queens. He won't. I trust the Mets to do that. I think we're going to get back. I think we're going to get the Luke Weaver that we saw in 2024 with the Yankees. That's the guy. But now it's time to really, really start to figure out what direction we're going to go. Now, I don't know if this is a rebuild. I don't know if this is a retool. I really don't. I don't know. But I know this. Where you don't just, if this is a total rebuild, you don't give $11 million to Luke Weaver. You don't. So today gave me hope as a Mets fan. It gave me hope. We got a bullpen. It seems like it's in order. It seems like it's going to be pretty good too. And I was pissed off when Tyler Rogers went to the Blue Jays. I was pissed off. But you know what? David Stearns made up for that today in signing Luke Weaver. But now, the question you got to ask yourself is, where do we go? What do you do first? Is it Cody Bellinger? Is it Michael King? Is it somebody else I'm not talking about? Is it Murakami? Is it Eugenio Suarez? That's the $1 million question. What is next for the New York Mets? Now, I see a lot of people complaining and saying Cody Bellinger is a huge risk. He's going to be a bust. He was garbage outside of Yankee Stadium. I think that's bullshit. Cody Bellinger won an MVP with the Dodgers. Now, was it a long time ago? Sure. But he's went to the Cubs after that. He was successful with them. Then he went to the Yankees. He was successful with them. So you mean to tell me he's not going to be successful with the Mets? Explain that to me. He literally checks almost every box. If he was a right-hander, he would even check more boxes. If I'm David Stearns right now, and it's between the Yankees and the Mets, I'm making Cody Bellinger think really hard about leaving Yankee Stadium, because I'm gonna throw the bag at him. And maybe you disagree, and that's fine. I'm okay. I understand. There's a million different ways to build this team, but again, when you're raiding the Bronx, that seems to be what we do, you're gonna have to go out and be aggressive. You're going to have to make an offer to Cody Bellinger that he can't refuse. And what is that? What type of deal is that? I don't know. Is it 6 years? It might be. Is it $30 million a year? It might be. So 6 times 30 would be 180. The only reason why I'm so comfortable with this is because Cody Bellinger is extremely versatile. Center field, check. Left field, check. Excellent defense, check. Power, check. Hits for high average in today's MLB, check. Can play anywhere, check. Don't tell me Cody Bellinger's not an upgrade. Now, he's not Pete Alonso, but he's better than Brandon Nimmo. I'll tell you that. I think he's a better player than Brandon Nimmo because look what he gives you on the other side. Look what he gives you on defense. Brandon Nimmo never won an MVP. Cody Bellinger has. So it's going to cost you. And if it costs you, so be it. The other guy who I think the Mets should take a chance on is maybe Murakami. Now, I get it. There's a lot of question marks when it comes to Murakami. Totally understand. Totally understand. Because we don't know if he could play first base. At least the way the Mets want him to play first. Can he be a plus glove? From everything I see, I think it's no. However, you could put him at DH. And I don't think he's going to cost you $30 million, 20-something million maybe. But again, you're paying for a power bat. You're paying for a real bat in Murakami. So again, that's what you got to ask yourself. Where does Murakami fit in? If he's not at first, then he's your DH. His splits are really good. He can hit righties and lefties. And again, this dude has to be signed in 6 days. So the Mets and all of MLB have 6 days to sign Murakami. Now, is he the perfect fit? I don't know. I'll tell you this, though. Hitting-wise, batting-wise, he is. He's a 40, probably 35 to 40-plus homer guy. And that's what we want. We lost that in Pete Alonso. Again, is he a David Stearns player? I don't know. I really don't know. Because I don't know if he fits the bill of run prevention. We'll see. We'll see on Murakami. Quays, what do we got lined up here? What do we got lined up? Here's Jim Duquette.
Piece in their back end of the bullpen. Luke Weaver signs a 2-year. The Mets just added another good piece in their back end of the bullpen. Luke Weaver signs a 2-year deal for the Mets. I really like this when you add Devin Williams in with Weaver. Weaver obviously coming over from the Yankees the last 2 seasons. Him pitching out of the bullpen, a converted reliever from a starter. He really found his niche. I felt like the fastball has been electric, mid-90s fastball, excellent changeup rate. The whiff rate on the changeup is about 44%, so one of the best pitches for him in the sport. You look at the overall strikeout rate, about 27%. Overall, he's a fly ball pitcher that'll play well there at Citi Field. And I like how David Stearns is starting to put this bullpen together with Weaver and Williams at the back end. Weaver could close if he needed him to. Minter, hopefully, and Raley from the left side. So it's starting to take shape, that bullpen. We'll see. The Mets have other moves up their sleeves, but I really like this bullpen piece for the new.
Can I just hear that one more time? Can you run that back for me?
The Mets just added another good piece in their back end of the bullpen. Luke Weaver signs a 2-year deal for the Mets. I really like this when you add Devin Williams in with Weaver. Weaver obviously coming over from the Yankees the last 2 seasons. Him pitching out of the bullpen, a converted reliever from a starter. He really found his niche. I felt like the fastball has been electric, mid-90s fastball, excellent changeup rate. The whiff rate on the changeup is about 44%. So one of the best pitches for him in the sport. You look at the overall strikeout rate, about 27%. Overall, he's a fly ball pitcher that'll play well there at Citi Field. And I like how David Stearns is starting to put this bullpen together with Weaver and Williams at the back end. Weaver could close if he needed him to. Minter, hopefully, and Rayleigh from the left side. So it's starting to take shape, that bullpen. We'll see. The Mets have other moves up their sleeves, but I really like this bullpen piece for the New York Mets. The Mets just had another good piece
yeah, I mean,
in their back end of the bullpen.
You can get rid of this.
Weaver signs a 2-year deal.
So, I mean, what I took out of that is what I mentioned when I opened the show. When healthy, Weaver's been in the top 5 percentile for relievers in baseball. So now, he's got a great, just give me a second. He's got a great whiff rate, great chase rate, and he's a fly ball pitcher, which is what they wanted in the bullpen. So that tells me if they're looking for fly balls, they're going to upgrade the outfield. Is Cody Bellinger next? Are they in on Tucker? I don't know. I don't see it with Tucker just because of what he's going to probably get. But that was interesting what Duquette said, that they're looking to add a fly ball pitcher. That tells me you're going to be going after high-end outfielders. That tells me Cody Bellinger's on the table. Now, you may not look, I know there's I think there's a Yankees fan in here. And what does he say? Yeah, let me get to it. Bro, you took our scraps who weren't even good last year, laughing my ass off. Weaver, Williams, and Clay Holmes last year. You guys were happy you got him, and he didn't pitch well. That's not true. Clay Holmes pitched well. He was actually one of our best pitchers. I think he had the most innings for us as well. And Weaver and Williams both choke when it matters. Lol. I disagree. But good luck. No one is beating the cheap Dodgers anymore. I don't disagree with that. I mean, who's actually on the same level as the Dodgers right now? What team is even close? I can't name one. The Braves? I don't know. I don't think so. I literally cannot name one team close to the Dodgers. Can you guys? I mean, who the fuck is second? It's like the Dodgers are here and everybody else is like somewhere over here. So, I mean, who's the second best team? Toronto, I guess? I guess it's Toronto. It has to be. They took them to 7 games. And if they get Tucker, you can make a case that they're second to the Dodgers. Yeah, it's Toronto. It's Toronto. I mean, they almost won the fucking World Series. Fucking thing went to extra innings. That was crazy. So it's Toronto. Toronto's the second best team. So it's the Dodgers, Toronto, and then everybody else. And everybody else is right here in the middle. Like the Brewers, the Phillies, the Braves. They're all like in the middle. Like, I'm not like scared of any of those teams. I still think the Brewers, Phillies, and Braves are better than the Mets, but the Mets aren't done. So, again, we're an unfinished product. And that's why I'm saying for the Mets, be aggressive. Be aggressive with these guys. If you want them, get them before another team does. And again, the Yankees are pretty good. Like if I was a Yankee fan right now, and even if you lose Bellinger, you're still pretty good. What's my guy say? Hey, listen, I don't see the Yankees doing much this year. Make no moves at all. I mean, the Yankees always make moves, though. They're always going to have the best bullpen. They'll always make a good trade. The Yankees are going to make the playoffs. They'll make a run. Can they beat the Dodgers? No. But how many teams can beat the Dodgers? The AL's weak. Who's good in the AL? The Mariners? Okay. They're mid. The Detroit Tigers? another mid team. The Guardians, like, they're not scary. Like, who's scared of the Guardians? Like, wow, I faced the Guardians in October. Outside of J-Ram, nobody can hit on that fucking team. So, like, the Yankees literally are in a great league. They're in the American League. It's perfect. They don't have to do much. They can run back this team even without Bellinger, and they're still going to make the playoffs. With the Mets, I think the National League sucks too. If I'm being honest, it sucks. You got the Brewers. And again, this is outside of the Dodgers, of course. You got the Brewers. Regular season team. Then you got the Phillies. Regular season team. The Braves. Okay. You can make a case maybe the Braves can make a run. But they're not the same Braves from a few years ago. Acuna's like always hurt. Some of those guys have kind of stepped back. Albies, Riley. They're still good. But they're not like Dodgers good. But what do the Mets do next? What should they do? What do we have to do? To me, it starts with starting pitching. There's 3 guys out there. And again, this is free agency. This is not trades. You got Ime, 27 years old, left-hander, young guy, doesn't want like a crazy deal. I look into him, but I don't think the Mets are going to get him because he won 7 years. However, he's worth looking into because of his age. Second, to me, it's Framber. I don't think the Mets are going to sign Framber. I don't think they're giving him 7 years, 30 mil plus a year. I don't see it. Third, Michael King. 3-year deal, maybe 4. And you could get him at the Mets price. And the Mets price is short years, high AAV. So maybe they get him for 3 years, $85 million, something like that, with an opt-out after year 1. If the Mets do that, I will sing David Stern's praises if they get Michael King. I like Framber too. I do. But I don't think he's a Stearns guy. I think Framber is more of like another team looking to make a splash. Somebody's going to give Framber 6-7 years. You can mark my words on that. Now, Ime is interesting because Ime is 27, but what is he going to cost? Is he $15 million a year? I'd say he's probably a little more than that. Maybe $18 million. But how many years are you going to give him? You giving this dude 8 years? I'm not. But I'd be interested in him. I would. He's not again, from what I've read, from what scouts say, he's not like, what's his name? The guy in the Dodgers. Sasaki. He's not top end. Right? He's not a top end number 1 starter. Slam dunk. But I think he pegs sort of in that 2-3 role. That second, third starter role. And he's only 27. So if you could get him for under 20 million AAV, I'm okay with giving this guy 5-6 years. Because it's year 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Framber is entering year 32, his age 32 season. This guy's deal would be up after he's 32. That's why I'm intrigued with Ime. He's intriguing. He seems like he's pretty damn good. So again, to me, with the Mets, it all starts with the starting pitching. That's what went wrong last year. It went wrong. We started sinking after July, what was it, June 12th? Then the injuries hit. Then we couldn't get out of the third inning for like 9 starts for like, it seemed like 3 months. We couldn't get out of the third, fourth inning. But that's what we have to correct. And that's what the Mets got to go out and do. They got to correct that. I don't want to be a team that's in the middle. I don't want to be a fucking, 81 win team. I don't want to win 83 games. Get me 90 or better. And you're going to say, Eddie, what are you talking about? We just lost Pete. We just lost Diaz. We just lost Nemo. I get it. But I still think there's enough guys out there that if you piece them together the right way, the Mets could find a way to win 90 games. Now, are they going to beat the Dodgers in one off season? No. Probably not. But you have a chance to just put something together for 1 year, wait this thing out, see how it plays out, and then next year, you go fucking nuts and you pounce the starting pitching market. You pounce it. Screwball. Who else is going to be? There's a bunch of starting pitchers next year that are going to be free agents. So that's where you make your big splash next year. Now, some of you guys might say that, Bellinger is a splash. I think it's a splash. Is Bellinger a star? No. Is Michael King a star? No. But for the Mets, it's a huge upgrade from what we had. Again, our top pitcher last year was Clay Holmes. 170 innings. That's it. I didn't mention McLean because he wasn't with us from on opening day. Start to finish, our best pitcher was Clay Holmes. Now, who's the nastiest? It's McLean by a mile. But my point is this. The Mets play in the National League, which literally they could have got into the playoffs last year with 83 wins. That tells you all you need to know about the National League. It's the Dodgers and everybody else in the National League. If you win 85 games next year, you are probably a playoff team in the National League. So I say, go for it. Why not? What do you got to lose? We won 83 wins. Yes, Pete's gone. Yes, Diaz is gone. Yes, Nemo's gone. But we could put a team together that can, on paper, compete and win you 85 to 90 games. There's a bunch of talent out there. But to me, it starts with the starting pitching, and then you got to go outfield. You have to. Those are the Mets' 2 biggest needs. Outfield and starting pitching. Because right now, I think the bullpen is probably this close to complete. We're probably 1 or 2 spring training invites away from our bullpen being complete. We got 3 guys that can set up. Minter, Weaver, Raley. All 3 of those guys can be setup guys. And Weaver and Raley can close. And obviously Devin Williams. So we're right there. And again, you have to now put this starting pitching together. Now, what are you going to do? Right? That's the question. What are you going to start with? Is Senga going to be back? is, what's Peterson's story? Are we banking on Peterson to be a number 3, a number 2? I wouldn't bank on Senga and Peterson for anything because they've been consistently inconsistent throughout their careers. Now, when they're on, they're both money. They're both really good. But when they're not, they're terrible. Peterson seems to tire out. Peterson seems like a one-half pitcher. And I think I'm going to say the same thing about Senga. I think he's a one-half pitcher. So we have to fix our rotation. What is Sean Manaea's role? What is his role? Is he guaranteed a spot? Probably, right? $25 million a year. We have to hope and pray that David Stearns and this new coaching staff can get Manaea right. Because if he's right, that's an innings eater. That's a guy that's, a pretty, he was really good for us in 2024. Now, I know he was hurt all last year. Maybe that changes this year. So we'll see. So that's 3 starters. Peterson, Senga, Manaea. 3 question marks. Then you got Noah McLean. You got, who's after Noah? Oh, Clay Holmes. That's a 5-man right there. That's a 5-man rotation. You have to. The Mets have to go out and sign at least 1 starting pitcher. Because you cannot rely and have those 3 question marks in your rotation. Unless you're trying to lose. But after today, I don't think the Mets are trying to lose. I really think they're trying to compete. And we're not that far away. Now, what do you got to do? You have to make up for what we lost. I don't know which direction we go. I don't know. If it was up to me, Michael King, no brainer. And then I'd go out and try to make a trade. Now, again, I don't want to give up a bunch of our kids for a starting pitcher, unless he's an absolute stud ace. I'll give up a bench if we're talking about Alcantara. But I'm not giving a bench for Nick Pivetta. I'm not doing that. I think it's stupid. Even if you get, what's his name? The left fielder, who I want no part of. Ramon Laureano. I think we could do better than Ramon Laureano in left field. I really do. I think we could do better than Nick Pivetta. So that remains to be seen. Because what when you're talking about this rotation, right? 1 through 5, there's 3 question marks. And there's 2 guys that literally get hurt or can't pitch. In Peterson and Senga. So are we going to go the cheap route like we did last year and get guys like, these retread bums like Griffin Canning? You going to do that? I'm okay if you did that with 1 slot. It's like a 6 starter. I'm okay with that for depth. Sure. But we are not that far away. And there's guys for the taking. Again, I don't know what the cost is. And I think that's the biggest issue. The cost. What does a guy like Alcantara cost? Probably a lot. And the fact that we didn't see any big pitchers being traded at the winter meeting says a lot too. So I think it just comes down to cost. But I'm telling you, be aggressive. When it comes to like free agents, the Mets have no excuse not to be aggressive. It's just paying dudes. You're not giving away your farm talent that you worked so hard to make. So we'll see. We're going to see what David Stearns is made of. And we're going to see if he's competent enough to put a team together that can make the playoffs, that can compete for the division. Are the Phillies and Braves and Marlins, I'm going to throw the Marlins in here too. Are they that much better than the Mets right now? The Phillies, yes. The Braves, marginally, yes. The Marlins, man, I don't know, man. Something about the Marlins scares me. Something that tells me that they're going to be better than I think this year. Because if they keep that team together, they have a bunch of guys that can hit. They have a bunch of pitchers. They got a really good bullpen. I could see them competing for the division next year. I could. But I also, with that said, I could see the Mets competing for the division. I don't think we're as far away as people think. Yes, Diaz was the best closer in baseball, no doubt. But I'm telling you, Devin Williams isn't like a huge downgrade. Devin Williams over the last 5 years has been a top 5 closer in baseball. Not a huge downgrade. And then when you go and you look at the 7th, 8th, 6th innings, AJ Minter, he's been a good pitcher for years. He's closed games in the World Series. Very good left-hander. Brooks Raley, he's been nothing but successful as a Met. He's like automatic almost. I don't remember Brooks Raley giving up any big hits at all. I have good memories of Brooks Raley. And then we'll have some guys coming back. So I think the Mets bullpen is in good shape. I really do. And having a good bullpen is a core pillar to having a good team. With that said, now it's what can the lineup do? And that's where I think this gets the worst. The lineup is very questionable. We got Lindor. We got Soto. We got Simeon. We got Polanco. But after that, that's where it's question mark after question mark. And I'm sorry, but to me, Francisco Alvarez is still a question mark. Whether you think it is or not, I believe he is. I believe that you cannot run out a team with Jeff McNeil in your lineup every day. You can't. And I don't want to see Jeff McNeil in left field. I would have just kept Nimmo if that's the case. I could live with Jeff McNeil as a platoon guy getting like 250 at-bats. But I don't want to see that guy get 400 at-bats. No. Then you got Alvarez. When has he had a full season of success? He hasn't. It's been mostly one or two good first or second halves. He's never put together a full season. So I'm going to say Alvarez is a question mark. I'm sorry, but that's what I'm saying. Then you get to Tyrone Taylor. You guys already know. It's self-explanatory. You guys know he's a question mark. You guys know damn well he is. We'll see. We will see. But that's a lot of question marks. What is Stearns going to do? You get Bellinger. Solves a lot of problems. I'm putting him in center field. What do you do for left field? Do you go platoon? You go out and sign like a couple of mid-tier guys? Miguel Andujar? Put him against lefties and McNeil against righties? I mean, Miguel Andujar, if you don't know about Miguel Andujar, look up his stats against lefties. He crushes them. Crushes them. So I'm okay with that. But you got to build something. Again, I like Tyrone Taylor. I like his defense. I think he's really good. But do I trust him to play 162 games? No. You don't want that guy playing 162 games. You don't. We can do better than that. And that's why I want Cody Bellinger. Now, a lot of people are talking about Ramon Laureano. I understand that him and Nick Pivetta would come in a package along with Mason Miller. But do we need that? Do we need another bullpen arm? The answer to me is no. I'm not going to pay a pedigree price for Mason Miller when the real need is at starting pitching or the outfield. That's where I'm going to pay the pedigree price. Is in center field, starting pitching. Not at Mason Miller as a closer. Not doing that. So there's other options. There's guys like, I think it's, Ian Happ on Chicago, who they're looking to move, or Suzuki. Both of them on a one-year deal. I don't know if they fit the mold of run prevention, but they're two good hitters. Suzuki being the better, and Suzuki's right-handed. I'd take a stab at him if you could get him. Don't know if you can. All I'm saying is this team is not as far away as you think. When you look on paper, yes, sure is. After number 4 in the order, it's literally a question mark every single one of them. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When you look at the starting rotation, after the top 2, there's a question mark. So let's go out and target those guys. With that said, appreciate you guys tuning in. I just did this out of the blue. But thank you to everybody that came in. If you haven't, please go to Garden City Media on YouTube and subscribe for me. If you like this content, if you like what you're hearing, go down to Garden City, CITI Media on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Take care, everybody.